A little bit more platforming coming up.
Follow me.
How do you think this game would have felt as a first-person shooter?
Ooh. That is interesting. That's hard to say because you wouldn't have cover, and it would be extremely hard to do all this platforming stuff.
Mirror's Edge, man.
Mirror's Edge. That's true.
That's like a platforming FPS.
Right.
Without the S.
Right, because as soon as you started S-ing, the game
got bad.
The game bead. I don't... I wouldn't like it. No, I wouldn't change it because they do so many good things with the camera in this that I wouldn't want it any other way.
You wouldn't change it for the world.
No, there's things I would change.
Like ammo.
Like ammo picking up. Well, I was thinking about that earlier when I was editing some of these videos, and it's going to show up later, but I guess now is as good a time as any to talk about it. Are there any games... So, let me start this over. So the reason I don't like how you have to press Y to pick up ammo is because when there's a pile of stuff, you end up switching guns when you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
But even when there's a pile of guns, it can be difficult to stand on the right gun
and get the one you want.
And get the one you want quickly without getting frustrated. Are there any games that do that well? Because it seems like every game... I mean, it's not often that you get a pile of guns, but if you kill 4 guys with a grenade, then you will get a pile of guns.
There are games where it doesn't matter, where you can hold every gun.
That's true.
But for games where you can only hold 1 or 2 guns...
That's very true. The large majority of games, you can only hold 2, though. Like the Halos and the Call of Duty and Resistance. Resistance 2, actually.
I kind of miss being able to hold every gun.
In Resistance 1? Yeah, I do too. I like
any
that.
game that has it. It's kind of fun.
Resistance 1 had that. Resistance 2, it switched to Call of Duty style.
I feel like that's a situation where it's okay to give limited ammo
when
for
you can
certain
hold
guns. When you can hold all of them.
There's no way we're getting through here.
Like Doom and the BFG.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure the reason they're kind of going away from it is because on PCs it's much easier to switch between 5 guns.
Because you've got like hundreds of buttons.
Right. And now you have the Y button to switch.
Yeah.
Or I guess on Uncharted it's left or right on the D-pad.
Well, sometimes they do those like gun trees where you hold down LB and then select a direction.
Radial menus?
Yeah.
Yeah, those work pretty well. They... Yeah, those can work, but still, you still run into that problem where there's a pile of guns on the ground, and you might have to choose.
Or you can hotkey them, like your favorite guns go to a certain D-pad.
That's true. That's what Borderlands does, but you still end up in a situation where there's a pile of guns.
Yeah,
and it's difficult. And that game is really, I don't know. There's some weird things about that game that seem like poor design decisions. Like there'll be a pile of guns and you can look at the guns on the ground and they give you stats about how much they're worth in case you want to sell them or how much damage they do.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at them at the wrong angle, it cuts it off and it doesn't even appear on the screen. You have to change your camera angle to see this imaginary menu that tells you what the gun can do.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's really dumb. Kind of and just annoyingly frustrating. I mean, it's just a moment, but it adds up.
Yeah.
Well, Pimpin' Ain't Easy is going to have none of those problems. That's a promise.